Hey, and welcome to another episode of You Love Comic Books. This is episode 41 of a YouTube show that I do where I showcase my comic book hauls, comic book speculations, do some reviews of my weekly pull list, and I'll even show stuff from my collection. So, this is probably going to be a quicker episode. This is my 41st episode, and I also wanted to mention that I finally got over 200 subscribers. I'm currently, as I record this, at 213. We'll see if anything changes. Hopefully, for the better. So, yeah, if you like comic book hauls, that's probably why you found yourself watching this. If you don't already subscribe. So, watch the video. If you like what you see, give the episode a like. If you have any questions and any of the stuff that you see in this episode of You Love Comic Books, leave a comment. If you so incline, why not subscribe? Become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. I also have, besides this episode, 40 other comic book haul videos. First couple are a little shaky, It's like the early, when you go back and you watch like the Tracy Ullman Simpsons, they're not there yet. They're not as refined. Not like now. I mean, look at this. Look at this perfect display. Ignore the glare that's on the side. Let me see if I can fix that. Is there a way to fix that? Don't worry about it. So, yeah, let's get into the haul. But first, let's start with some of the stuff from my weekly pull list. This is Darth Vader 26. This is, the newest issue out right now. I saw an ad for this last month. They showed this cover, and I was, looking forward to this. The store I go to sometimes, they may not have the A cover, and they'll have, a variant. And sometimes the variant's cool, but I was hoping... I'm like, they better have this cover because I really love this. I think this is possibly one of the, let me see if without seeing that reflection. I mean, look at that. That's an amazing cover. So again, this continues the story with Sabe, which is Keira Knightley's character from episode 1, Padme's handmaiden. She's the co-star of this volume of Darth Vader. And Kitzer and that other guy, the Rodian, I forgot his name. They're all grown up. It's kind of a weird storyline. So, we're getting close to Return of the Jedi. And they find ways in this comic series, throughout all of them. I mean, the thing is, Darth Vader is evil, or the definition of evil. But they always find ways to make him the protagonist, kind of a good guy, get him to do things that help people, shades of gray, I guess. I enjoy it. It's good. So, and again, it's all about this cover. Fantastic Four 46. This is a great issue. This involves spoilers again. If you've been reading this storyline, they kind of hinted that Reed Richards has a sister, or half-sister, I guess. And this issue is kind of like him getting to know her. And it's a great issue. And one that I like about it, it is a full one, kind of like what you used to get in old comics, where you get a full story. You don't really see that. And maybe you could tell me I'm wrong, but at least in the big two, Marvel and DC, I don't feel like you get a complete story in most of their ongoing titles, except for one-shots, obviously, miniseries specials or anything like that. But unlike their main books, like Spider-Man and, Fantastic Four, to get a nice, solid one issue doesn't require you having to read the series. I mean, you do need to read the series to kind of understand this, but I thought it was really good. I enjoy it. I did not read this. I mean, I kind of skimmed through this. So this is Star Wars Hyperspace Stories #1. Only reason why I bought it was, so basically Dark Horse used to have Star Wars, and now they don't. Well, hold on, let me go back. They had Star Wars. Disney bought Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and then of course they already owned Marvel at the time. Eventually, once their licensing rights kind of expired, I think in 2012 or 2013. I could be wrong, maybe 2014 actually. They reverted and they gave it to Marvel. So Marvel is the head, the main Star Wars comics. So then they had IDW kind of do the more adventure storylines. like I guess the more younger version. Honestly, the only big difference. Whoop, make sure that doesn't fall back. The only really big difference that you will see. Let me just show this really quickly. In this comic from like your standard Marvel Star Wars, current Marvel Star Wars comic is, let me see if I can pull a good example. Eye size. They have kind of like that Clone War eyes. It's like a weird rendition of the Clone Wars animation. So Dark Horse, IDW's contract, I guess, ran out, and I guess Marvel, or I'm sorry, Disney didn't want to continue it. So Dark Horse has it again, which is kind of cool. I feel like Dark Horse kind of got a little, they had Star Wars since like, crap, what was that storyline? The first miniseries that came out in like the early 90s, or they had it licensed for years, so it's kind of cool at least that Dark Horse gets to do this. I don't think we're gonna buy any others. I just wanted to grab that number one, so happy to have it. Okay, real quick, this is going into like the store I go to get my stuff. They always have stuff in their dollar bin, so I figured why not grab it. Heinlein Laddie, number one, from the pages of The Boys. Ignore the 18 and older. That was not written on the book. I made sure of that. This is just one of the miniseries from The Boys. It was only $1. It's issue 1. Now, I'm not thinking that this is going to be the next Hero-gasm, which goes for silly money. But, if they do anything in reference to this storyline, I could be wrong. I never really read The Boys before. It's one of the, it kind of was on like Garth Ennis' Burnout by the time The Boys came out. But I do love the series that's on Amazon Prime. That's such a good show. So, hey, it was $1. Why not? This one was $9.99. This is in really good condition. This is just a Alan Davis cover, iconic cover from this era of detective and Batman. I've seen this book go for like $20-25 actually. So see for 10 and in the really good condition, with the newsstand in that condition, I was like, I wanted to grab it. So happy to have it. This is from a store I go to once in a while. And they always, I always go through their bin. They mostly are a toy store, but they have like a bunch of comics in the back. And once in a while, I'll find stuff in that bin. And their prices are like kind of like all over the place. They're either absolutely insane, or they're like insane in a crazy, like, wow, you really think you're going to get like $50 for this comic? Versus like, that's all you're charging? So they actually had this one in the bin in the past, and I was going to buy that one, but I looked at it and the back was all screwed up, and they were charging $10 for that. And then I went to the store again last week, and they had another one of these, but only for $3.99. And the store is cool. They let me look at the book before I buy it. You should always look inside the bag before you buy it. I don't understand any store. Some stores, I get it. They don't want customers to ruin it or whatever. But regardless, they should be totally cool with you looking at the comic, especially like a back issue. Like if you're going to the dollar bin, come on. But if you're buying like a 10, 20, 30, 40, even more book, they should be totally cool with you looking at it. Like they can claim that they graded it, but you go home and all of a sudden you realize that like the whole back is bent or is water damage. Always look at your book. So this one was in actually better condition than the other one. Now people are like, Force Awakens, the Star Wars sequel trilogy was terrible, blah, 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 blah. Everyone has an opinion on it. Me, I'm like, whatever. As a trilogy, you know what? I don't even want to say what I think of the Star Wars trilogy on here, because I want you guys to enjoy. I know what a hot pressing button issue that trilogy was for some people. And I want you guys to just enjoy the whole. So I'm going to just tell you, the reason why I got this is because this is still considered the first appearance of Rey, Finn, BB-8, Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron, and Unkar Plutt. And I'm trying to think of who else is like major that would continue. And the thing is, people are like, what are they going to do with this storyline? It kind of fizzled the end of the trilogy. People weren't crazy about it. But the Star Wars series are doing great on Disney Plus. Mandalorian's great. I liked Obi-Wan. Boba Fett was a little shaky, but I still enjoyed it. The what do you call it? Andor show looks awesome. Ahsoka looks awesome. Mandalorian season 3 next year is going to be awesome. They're going to do something with this character again. Rey, we did not see the end of Rey. The actress is fairly young still. It could be 10 years from now or whatever. So if you see this book for super cheap, like I would say on average, I've seen this book go for like over $10 actually. So to find it for $3.99, I think it's a great, you find it at Dollar Bin, you find it anywhere. I would say it's totally worth getting this just because it's considered the first appearance of these characters, even though it's just an adaptation, because they're going to do something with these characters again. And they're going to do something cool with those characters finally. Like, I feel like Rey has the potential to be a sick character. So, yeah, happy to have that. That's the end of my spiel on this. They had this on the wall. I've been wanting this one for a very long time. This was on my pull list. I don't know if I paid more than I wanted to on it. They had it for $19.99. It could go for less. It could go for more. I've seen it go for less in this condition on eBay, but remember, you got to pay shipping. So if you're at a store, why not get it from the store? Now, why is this an important issue? I mean, it's freaking Logan's Run number 6. You can find, number 1 can command a little money. The rest of those are like dollar bin fodder. But number 6, I never see it in the store. Why is number 6 an important comic? Well, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Hopefully I don't ruin the book in the process. For some bizarre reason, Logan's Run number 6, which kind of the movie adaptation was over, and this was like spinning off. I think they canceled it after issue 7. But who cares? That's not why I bought this. It is the first solo story of Thanos with Drax in it. I mean, it's a short story, but it's considered part of the Thanos saga. In the 70s, that concludes with like Marvel 2-in-1 annual where he dies. It's drawn by Mike Zeck, which is kind of cool. I just think it's so weird that this comic was just shoved in the back of Logan's Run number 6. So it is, like I said, I never see this comic ever anywhere. I see it on eBay. Sometimes I get more enjoyment of finding these in the store than buying them on eBay, unless you find it for a good price. When you find it in the store, it's that dopamine effect. You're like, oh wow, I've been looking for this. So happy to have that. Now I think I only need Iron Man 55 to complete the Thanos saga. Iron Man 55, of course, is the first appearance of Thanos, so it's going to cost a bit. Mad Dog number 1. Okay, so why I got this at Second and Charles for $1.99. I've been looking for this book. It's kind of like a fun book to have. It's these licensed properties. Now, what's cool about it, Bob Newhart had a new show. It didn't last long, only lasted 1 season, where he was a comic book artist, and he drew a comic back in the day called Mad Dog. And the plot of the show was that they're going to bring it back. There was like a Todd McFarlane image style comic artist that was going to help him rejuvenate it. So this was like your Silver Age, Golden Age Mad Dog comic. And then what's awesome about this comic is that the back, you flip it over, and it's the modern day, the more image 90s Marvel version of Mad Dog, the reboot or whatever you want to call it. And they even have like little Ace comics, and it's just a fun thing to have. I wanted to get this. I mean, I have no interest in getting the rest of the series. So you see, like, it flips over, but then here's like your kind of cornier. I wish they got an artist that really can kind of ape like Jack Kirby or that era more. I think that would have brought it home even more, but I mean, whatever. I thought it was awesome. But I was happy to find this at Second and Charles for cover price. Another copy of Star Wars 26. This is the one that has all the new characters This book can go. I feel like everyone and their mothers threw this on eBay. So, like, it was going for like 20, $30. I bet you can find this for like 10 now. But I figured I'm happy to have this. If any of these characters become anything, I have 2 copies. Why not, sell one in the future, Gotta, it's nothing wrong with, there's nothing wrong with selling some books so you can, you know, pay for your hobby. All right, I went to another store, got some Marvel Age stuff. Marvel Age 17, The Muppets Come to Marvel. This is kind of cool though, because in the interior, and I gotta look this up, there's a preview for Transformers. Now I don't know, because that was the Marvel series. I don't know if that's considered the first Transformers preview in Marvel Age, before the actual series. I mean, this came out in 1984, so it is possible that this maybe predates Transformers 1, which would be kind of cool to have. I mean, I had it, but you know what I mean. It's pretty good condition. It just has like one of these weird, like, I don't know if you could see. It has like one of these weird bends. I think it's like a manufacturing error. I always notice that in some comics sometimes. All right, this one I was happy to get. This one was a little more. Marvel Age 19. This has, I know there's some other previews in here, but it's just, again, it's early black suit Spider-Man. It's an awesome cover. I think that's the only reason why it has like really any big demand, but happy to have that. All right, I went to the, here's the last few before we finish this video. I went to this other store and found these books. I've been wanting to get these for a while. Got this one for $3, Alf number 4. Now, what's awesome about this book, and the only reason why I got this book was because, I don't know if anyone watched this, and I'm surprised no one's brought it up, Groot. There's a new Groot series, like, of shorts. It's like 5 episodes so far. I Am Groot, it's called, on Disney Plus. And what's awesome about it is it has movie quality CGI in it. Like, Groot it's baby Groot from Guardians 2, and it looks great. But all right, so why am I bringing it up? Because in one of the episodes, Groot wants to make like a card for his family or whatever. And he pulls out of a bag this exact comic. And he totally destroys it. It's actually really funny. It's a funny episode. But this is, and I was like, wait, is that? And I looked it up too just to make sure, because I have seen this before. It was Alf number 4, this exact cover. And Groot, like, it's just funny that it's an Alf comic. It's in there. So if you've watched the Disney Plus series, you can check that one out. It's funny to see Alf. Alf is kind of like a weird retro. They made jokes about it in The Simpsons when Milhouse has it. Like, he shows Bart. He's like, "Look, it's Alf. He's back in Pog form." This one's in pretty good condition. I mean, it's got one little bend here. I don't think I got this for myself personally, but I'm surprised no one's kind of brought it up. But maybe no one's watching the Groot thing. Got this one for $10. This is in near mint condition. Secret Wars number 10. This is like my second. This is my 3rd copy. My first one was like a reader's copy that I got when I was a kid. When it first came out, and I read it because and me and my brother destroyed it, and then I got a better one years later, and I figured I'm gonna grab another one of these because they only had it for 10. This book is already going for, like, in some stores for $30, $40, if not more. This is like the episode. This is the issue where Beyonder Dr. Doom fights the Beyonder, and he takes his powers. And so the last 2 issues, Dr. Doom's like has the Beyonder's powers. Spoilers for a comic that came out in 1984. This is one of the best Doctor Doom covers out there too. It's just awesome. I mean, I remember seeing this as a kid and just seeing all the detail, like his suit with all the mech and like the blood and scratches. It's such a great cover. So I'm happy to grab this. I feel like, you maybe could find these for cheaper than 10. I'm sure there's people out there, they'll claim they found it in a dollar bin. It's possible. I found crazy things in dollar bins too. But happy to have this. So yeah. Captain Marvel 16. Why is this book important? This is the new his red and bluish costume, and when he gets negabands and trades places with Rick Jones happens in this issue. This was only 10. This they had this as VG condition, but I looked at it and it is they were being really strict. I would say this is fine, very fine, especially for a 15-cent book. Happy to have this. This was for 10 to find this for only 10 in that condition. Really, really good. Grabbed another one of these. X-Men Adventures #1. This was only 6. They had this listed as fine. You know, I looked at it. I thought it was in great condition, actually. The back has a little bit of bent, but it's like kind of one of those like pressable defects. Like a good presser would totally be able to get those out. Like they're not really color breaking. So this book's been picking up a lot because this is going to be a X-Men '97 series that's coming out Disney Plus. There's a lot of hype behind that. This book is picked up. Happy to find this for just 6. I found another one months ago. I would say consider maybe better condition than this one. For 9. Still both good prices, I think. So happy to grab that. Okay, this one was 12. I got one more after this. Captain America 107. This is the first appearance of Dr. Faustus. Is that his name? Yeah, I think so. It's one of the more I would say second level Captain America villain. They're this guy. He even says it. That is not the way of Dr. Faustus. Okay, buddy. I have a feeling, and this is just I have nothing to back it up. I think they introduced this character in the Peggy Carter series that didn't last long. I don't think that went anywhere, though, and I don't know if they count the Peggy Carter series as a continuity. But there's a new Captain America movie coming out. They already announced that it's probably going to be Red Skull's daughter, Sin, is going to be the main villain. And I don't know if they're going to bring Crossbones back or new Crossbones. I feel like they didn't do him right 100%, so I'd love to see a better version of Crossbones. And I can imagine Dr. Faustus would be in that movie, because it's kind of like that Ed Brubaker storyline too with Sin, and he was a big part of that. So happy to grab this. It was only 12. I think that's a good price for this book. Like I said, it's not perfect condition. It's got like this weird ink stain or something that's throughout. But first appearance of a Captain America villain early in the Volume 1 series. And it's got a little stamp date on the back, which is kind of cute, I guess. August, look at that stamp date. August 6, 1968. Dude, that's over 50 years ago. Time just flies. Okay, last one. This one was 10. Now, this book, I was shocked to find in the bin for only $10. I would say you probably can see the little defect on this, maybe. I'll show it to you better. I still think this book was underpriced. I'm wondering if it's one of those books that's been in their bins and no one checked to look. It's been there for years. Or maybe they're just overtly cautious. I don't know. This book can go for anywhere from $30 to $60. The new She-Hulk series is out on Disney Plus. I love it. I think it's great. I'm enjoying it. There's 2 episodes out so far. You got Cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers plays her dad, so that's great. The only, this would be a 9.6 book if it wasn't for this. There's a little tear that goes here to here. I don't know, now maybe you guys can tell me, but the book is just in immaculate condition. Even the rest of the cover looks great. If you wanted to get a perfect, I don't really grade books, but if you were to get a book graded, I would probably get it pressed either way. But what do you think that does to the book? I mean, I would personally say this is at least a VF near mint. I could be wrong. You could tell me that, no, this is trash now. Let me know. Okay, so that's it for the haul. I think I got some really good books, some interesting books throughout here. Got this guy here. That's an important key, if there is ever one. Yeah, so check out my Instagram. You love comic books. Check out my eBay, You Love Comic Books. There's links in this episode and all my episode for those. If you like what you see here, you know, give the episode a follow, give the episode a like, leave a comment, become part of the You Love Comic Books conversation. I have a really big episode coming up. I might do it earlier. There might be a bonus episode this week. I went to a garage sale and found some crazy keys for absolutely crazy price. So I felt like I was gonna like, can I do this all in one episode? But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make this its own episode, this haul, and that one's gonna be its own haul because there's like 45 books in there, and I would like to showcase them and not rush through them. I think I got some. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. Again, you're gonna see a previous episode here, previous episode there, and you're gonna see the subscription button right there. So I hope you hit that. So thank you all, and have a good one. Bye.